Today I've got some absolutely fantastic news to share with Dogecoin holders. The price of Dogecoin has just jumped up 25% within the space of 24 hours. Let's check it out. How's it going, guys? Ryan here, back with another crypto video, and today we are taking a look at Dogecoin and the recent jump in price of it, up 25% in the space of 24 hours. But before we take a look at that, guys, please remember to give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it, and subscribe for more crypto, stock market investing and wealth management content. I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments section below, as well to whether you hold Dogecoin or not. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. As always, guys, welcome to the CoinSpot chart. If you're interested in buying Doge and many other coins, I have a referral link in my bio, so make sure you hit that and sign up to CoinSpot. But let's take a look at Dogecoin now, and as we can see, within the past 24 hours, we have seen a very big jump in the price of Doge. We've seen it effectively go from 41 cents all the way up to a peak right here of 50.9 cents, which is fantastic. And it marks effectively a new sort of high for the recent future. Because as we can see, as we start to, go out, we've been dropping. And effectively from, the 25th of May, we saw a decline in the value of Doge, which was then broken right here at the start of June. Fantastic news for us right there. And that uptrend has now continued. In fact, it has been supported by an absolutely insane amount of volume. As you can see down here, there is so much volume that, it just doesn't compare to the previous, weeks, days, months, whatever it is. As you can see, majority of it is buying, and we did have a bit of selling as well that occurred on these two candles, but you'll notice that it did not really affect the price at all, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, how can we interpret this? Obviously, we're looking at the hourly chart at this point in time. If we zoom out a bit, you can really see that there has been a flag pattern which has just created itself. So if we chuck our little lines, one there, chuck the top part of the flag in, which is this point here, and effectively chuck the second part of it in as well, which will be down here. Now, obviously what is hard is due to the fact that it's, an hourly chart. This indicates that likely we're going to see an increase in the value, but it's hard to predict where it will go in the future. But that is not an issue. Likely what we're going to see now is a breakout. And a breakout due to the fact that we can see we've got an uptrend that has formed here, and it is consolidating in this region right now, which is great news for us. Now I just want to zoom out because I always like to put in place the resistance and support points. So zooming out on the chart, let's just hit auto there so we can see exactly what's going on. Obviously we had tons of price action occurring in this zone here. That is a massive point of resistance. So let's just start drawing a bit. Now we'll just kick it off though with the first area. So we're currently sitting here, and this is a decent point of resistance, not only from a recent perspective but also historically. As you can see, we have plenty of price action which has occurred right there, and that is at that 49 cent mark. Plenty going on. It was tested in this region previously as well, so that is effectively our target. What we want to do now is try and break through this point and start trending upwards even further to hit the next point of resistance. So let's just take this line here for instance and see where would our target actually be. Now as you can see over here, our target is actually likely right about at this 60 centish mark, no, a bit lower actually. 58 cents is probably about where our target is. Once again, we had lots of price action occurring in that region. We've had some occurring here, here, here as well. So that's what we're expecting to effectively see. And as you can see, we've tested it once, we've tested it over here as well, and hopefully we will break through and test it again. Now let's say, because I always like to show different scenarios, what occurs if we start trending downwards? And that is not what we want, obviously. Well, effectively our first sort of point of support is relatively quick, right here. Because as you can see in the recent history, we have got price action occurring on a regular basis at this point, and that point effectively forms a base of support, which is really, really nice, and that's roughly at 48 cents. So keep that number in the back of your mind should this actually fail. What I would expect to see if we did fail, basically getting above this point, is that we would see something like this. And I'm just going to, hold on, let me just grab these lines. Effectively, we would start trading in this sort of a direction, I would suspect, horizontally, continuation of the flag, or even potentially like this, but it would squeeze. It would really squeeze to this point. So if we just take out that first big line, oh, okay, it's come back. There we go. Take out the first big line. I think what we'd see is the flag effectively form like this. And what we're hoping for is obviously that the support does not break here at 48 cents and instead breaks up and goes on to retest, you know, the 49.50 cent mark there. And that would be probably the ideal scenario we could hope for if we don't break through this resistance now. But I'm hoping we do. And what we've seen is obviously over the past few weeks a decent base for consolidation. So look at all this, so much going on there, plenty of consolidation has occurred, so there's not too much to worry about from that perspective. Now let's just take all these lines out and let's zoom out to a daily perspective. It's always good to get a bit of a broader picture as well when it comes to charting. And as you can see, there actually is a bit of a long-term trend that has formed here, which is good news. So that's probably not the best line in the world. Let's grab that. I'd say start from the bottom of this trend. And what we want to do is effectively start moving in this direction. So obviously, yes, we dip below. I'm not using that as a measure. You can probably use it more as a measure in the short term. Let's say we're going here through to here. That might be a bit more of a shorter term trend, but in the long term, effectively what we're seeing is an increase in the value and a very, very solid bounce off our support range here, which is good news for holders. It's showing more people are coming in this strength to this coin. So I think we can expect to see a continuation of this trend. Obviously, there's a lot going on. We've had access to other exchanges. I believe Coinbase Pro has now opened up, which is a good fundamental factor that will really drive this. Now, obviously, as well, we can see, as I mentioned, a lot of price actions occurred up to this point. We're aiming to break through, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it get tight until this point before breaching up here and then starting, you know, to move in an upwards direction that way. Hopefully we see it sooner. Hopefully we see the breach within the next 24 hours. We can see we're really testing it at the moment. That would be an ideal case for us. Then obviously from a daily perspective, we can see that our next target is as we move up, where there was a lot more price action that had occurred previously, right about here. We're aiming for the mid 50s if that is the case. 55 cents, then we'll keep going upwards, 60 cents increments. That is the aim. Is it possible for us to get to where we were previously? Yes. Yes, it is. If we were to get back up here, which is entirely possible, we would need to see obviously a big recovery in the crypto market. I genuinely think this is possible, but we just need to see some strength come in, buying come in, confidence come back in from the overall crypto market. Let me know your thoughts on Dogecoin down in the comments section below, and let me know as well if it is one of the coins that you do hold. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're keen to see more of this sort of content. I do plenty of other technical analysis on other coins as well, so be sure to check those out. And with that, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.